Odin's silver feather, a tale of transformation. In the heart of the wizened woods, known as Zephyr's Vale, flitted a flock of crows, their dark plumage glistening in the sun. Within this feathered congregation was an unusual member, an enigmatic crow, distinguished from its brethren by a single silver feather. This shimmering quill, resting amid a sea of black, bestowed upon the bird the fantastical ability to morph into a human form for a single day each year. On the day when the sun and moon shared the sky equally, the equinox, this exceptional crow, known as Odin, would transform. A ritual passed through generations, Odin was the latest in the line to inherit this incredible power. The eagerly anticipated day arrived. At the break of dawn, the feather began to radiate an ethereal glow, brighter than the most lustrous silver. As the early rays of sun filtered through the rustling leaves of the trees, Odin's body, with a gentle shudder, commenced the transformation. Black feathers molted away, and in their place, appeared human flesh. Wings morphed into arms, talons reshaped into feet, and the sharp beak softened to form a mouth and nose. In the blink of an eye, the transformation was complete. Odin now stood as a man, tall and broad-shouldered, with a cascade of obsidian hair falling over the eyes reflecting the wisdom of the ages. The only testament to the avian form was a single silver feather tucked behind Odin's ear. Odin, still possessing the corvid's sharp intellect, started on the singular task that had been entrusted, to discover a way to secure the survival of the woods of Zephyr's Vale. A creeping blight had begun to afflict the heart of the forest, rendering trees lifeless, and robbing the woodland creatures of their homes. As the forest's guardian, Odin bore the heavy burden of solving this mystery and saving the vale. The transformation into human form granted Odin the ability to communicate with the humans who lived on the outskirts of the forest, a settlement named Alara's End. The villagers often ventured into the forest for their livelihood but were ignorant of the creeping affliction. Upon reaching Alara's End, Odin spoke eloquently to the people, recounting tales of the forest's glory and the grave danger it now faced. Odin's deep, resonant voice and passionate plea resonated with the villagers who had long regarded the forest as their ally. One villager, an elderly botanist named Yara, listened intently. Yara, a woman of advanced years, was known for her knowledge of the forest and the lore of Zephyr's Vale. Recognizing the symptoms described by Odin, Yara realized that the blight was not of natural origins, but the result of a toxin. Yara had in her possession an ancient text that detailed the use of such substances, and she promised to help Odin. The duo spent hours hunched over ancient scripts and herbariums in Yara's tiny cottage. Through their collective knowledge and tireless efforts, they deciphered the ancient text and found the cause, a potent toxin released by a rare, invasive vine. This vine, Zephyr obscurus, was unassuming, but lethal to the native flora. The antidote, they discovered, was the nectar of a flower called the luminous leilani, the only flower resilient to the vine's poison. With this newfound knowledge, Odin and Yara ventured into the heart of Zephyr's Vale. Odin, using the keen sight from the crow lineage, spotted the elusive leilani flower perched atop the highest tree. Yara, carrying an ancient vial, handed it to Odin. The challenge lay in front of them, daunting and seemingly insurmountable. Odin would have to scale the great tree, while still in human form, to reach the solitary leilani. With a determined look, Odin began the arduous climb. Hands grasped at the rough bark, muscles strained, and beads of sweat dripped from the forehead. With every branch conquered, the allure of the Leilani flower grew stronger, its radiant glow serving as a beacon amid the dense foliage. As Odin's hand finally reached out to grasp the bloom, the very tips of the fingers brushed against the soft petals. The magic of the flower was palpable, and Odin gently plucked the Leilani, careful not to lose a single drop of the precious nectar. The moment the nectar filled the vial, Yara began the antidote's preparation, a concoction requiring precise measures and careful blending. Odin, watching the preparation, admired the dedication and wisdom of the botanist, silently expressing gratitude for this unlikely partnership. With the antidote finally prepared, Odin and Yara embarked on their mission to eradicate the invasive vine. Odin, guided by the corvid intuition and Yara's wisdom, located the Zephyr obscurus, hidden among the entangled roots of the great trees. Yara carefully applied the antidote to the roots of the trees while Odin administered it to the higher branches, again scaling the mighty trees, but this time with newfound confidence and grace. As the last drop of antidote was used, the forest seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The blight halted, its deadly advance impeded. The sun started to set, painting the sky in hues of gold and amber. As the final rays of the setting sun flickered through the trees, Odin's form began to change. The human flesh retracted, revealing glossy black feathers. The arms shortened to wings, and the feet morphed back into talons. As the beak formed, the silver feather fell from behind the ear and reattached itself on the wing, shining with a renewed brilliance. The villagers of Alara's End and the woodland creatures of Zephyr's Vale watched as the transformed Odin took flight, a silhouette against the twilight sky. As the silver feather glistened, it served as a reminder of the day when a crow turned human and saved the forest from the looming blight. Odin's tale echoed through the vale, passed down from generation to generation as a testament to courage, wisdom, and the enduring bond between humans and nature. It served as a reminder of the responsibility bestowed upon every living being to protect their home and the delicate balance of life.